Kenny Thomas. Hey, Kenny.
What up?
Kenny yet? I'm sorry. Do we have the sound from Kenny? I know there's always a hiccup here and there. It's not his fault.
No, this is not my fault.
There we
go.
Kenny. Look at you.
No.
You got the nice background. You're centered. You got the black hoodie. You look great. You look like a TV guy, Ken.
Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to move it up. I gotta get a radio gig.
No, you want to make money, Kenny. That's not a radio gig, dude. You're a businessman. You want to do things that you can actually make money, and that's not radio.
Yeah, man. But the fact that you guys are allowing me to be on your platform right now, I'm still making money. The visibility, man. I appreciate you both as usual.
No, you're right. You're welcome.
And then my guy Jason smiling, man. I heard you guys this morning. It's hard to get Jason to smile in these videos, man.
Jason was doing what in the videos?
It's hard to get Jason to smile.
Yeah, that's me.
Do you know Jason?
Hey, Kenny, what were we talking about, Dave, about what we were going to ask Kenny if were you ever a possible dunk candidate in the All-Star game?
What? You guys are tripping, man. You guys trying to call me out right now?
No. We honestly, well, the 3-point thing, I know they didn't really go too much for bigs back in the day, but I can't remember you. I didn't think you were ever in the slam dunk contest. And we were honestly wondering if that was something you would have even been interested in doing, or you
No. Come on, man. From the creativity side, I didn't have that much creativity, man. I was just trying to get up there, being undersized at the power forward spot to a certain extent. Yeah. And I was like that in between 3 and 4 type guy, but man, I couldn't be that creative, man.
What was your best, in your mind, your career, your opinion, your best dunk in a game was on who? Who'd you get?
Man, everybody, you can go to YouTube. You can pull up a video. Kenny Thomas, pull it up. NBA, make it easy. It's a Sixers shirt, white jersey. That highlight video. If you catch the one when Mike Bibby comes from the visitors bench, and I'm like right there in the middle of the paint, and I go up and I stretch it. I don't know how I stretched the way I did. I almost fell. If you guys want to check that out, it's probably in the middle of the video, if not towards the end.
Okay, so I have 2 videos. I have Kenny Thomas, the forward mix, and I see the Thomas jersey and you're facing away from us with the number 9. The next video is okay. It's not Antonio Davis dunks on Kenny Thomas. That's not.
Oh yeah. But as soon as you open up the one I'm talking about, I dunked on him.
Oh,
sucker.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
When you saw, Jason and I and everybody have been talking all day about LeBron and what we saw last night, but we also have never played professional basketball. You've been there. You've scored. You've been scored on. So from your perspective, when you see what he did last night, what was going through your mind?
Wow. When he was at 20 points, everybody was like, okay, he needs 15, 16 more points or something like that, right? And everybody was talking about him wanting to do it next game, but I just didn't see that happening. A guy that explosive and a guy that is that passionate. I was watching First Take this morning, and JJ Redick was like, he's just a pure scorer. That's what he does. And this is a guy that can score multiple ways, and being able to be on the floor with him when he was in Cleveland when he first came in. I don't know if you saw my social media, but I'm like just standing there. I'm just watching him fly through the air. So I had to pop that in there. And then just being able to say that I was a part of playing and being around a guy like that to that caliber, man, that's a blessing in its own right.
I think Kenny, he's got so many accolades and he deserves everything everything he's done. It's amazing. What I marvel at is how good he still is. I mean, his draft class is basically gone, and that's not a slide on them. It's just the way most careers go. People could come in and have some really good years, have a nice 10-year career. He's in year 20 putting up numbers that people in year 6 would be happy to do. How is he still this good this late in his career?
There's things that I've heard that he's doing off the court to take care of his body to where it's helping him go to that next level. Obviously I can't compare myself to him, but I had a trainer throughout my whole career to where he was just my trainer. And that is, I felt like that was helping me take myself to the next level. I came out of college, I was at like over 20% body fat. By the time I was done, I was at like 6. Can't say that now, obviously. I look like Dave right now.
Wow.
So 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 with that said, man, this guy, he's still doing it at a high level. And he's gonna be able to determine when he wants to stop. And the way he's going, he probably got what? How many more years, you guys? At least what, 3, 4, maybe?
I think so. If he wants it,
Easy,
Right.
if he wants
easy.
it, yeah, I think so.
And he's the first billionaire to be actively playing right now. Like that is unreal.
So you were what, 22, 23, maybe?
22, Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
When you were selected 22, and
Yeah.
I'm going back to, we always try to look at these players as humans as well. I'm going back to the Kings Pelicans game and that stinker on Sunday. I'd said to Jason a couple of times, listen, I'm not trying to say anything, and I'm sure this probably wasn't the case. Kids today aren't what kids were, Kenny, but I couldn't figure out why they looked so horrible. I know Fox was missing. I get it, but I don't think a 30-point plus loss to an Ingramless, William Zionless, Valanciunas-less. It looked like, to me, if I didn't know any better, they were out Saturday on bourbon and woke up the next morning with an Ice Cube headband. I'm sure that's not what happened, but back when you played, Kenny, I mean, was there a night or two maybe where you, especially when you were young, went out and you regretted it the next day? Just asking.
Man, I don't play no more. Yes, of course there was to a certain extent, man. Especially those cities like New Orleans, man. It's the nightlife right there, Bourbon Street. Monk had a birthday, just turned 25. There's a lot going on, but there are games that just happen like that. It just comes with the territory. This is the best of the best in the world. And the fact that Pelicans game, they lost by like 30, but they came back. I had the last Rocket game on Monday, but they came back and they fought. And you could see a total difference with the body language and the chemistry, right, on both ends of the floor. The one thing about the Kings, if they get to the point to where they can play both ends, and I really want to express the defensive end, then here they are about to become that team to really be reckoned with, because points is not an issue. And then having De'Aaron Fox out, that's huge, because this is a guy that commands a lot of attention, and that attention opens up the floor for the other guys. You saw that in the Houston game. I just love the fact that how they finished that game, even though it was kind of close. But the way the Rockets came out in the first half and only shot like 17%, but in the second, they came out and hit like 6 or 7 threes in a row. That right there is a little scary. But if the Kings don't come out and play like they did that later in the fourth quarter for that Rocket game tonight, man, I don't know.
Kenny, so kind of on that with the deadline tomorrow, your defensive premise wanting this team to play better defense, does Monty have to make a move? Or can this group, as it's constructed, be a good enough defensive team to do some things if they make it to the postseason?
I think they're going to get.
I can't hear you. You said, hold on. It went out again.
There we go.
There we go.
You right at the right team.
I think we're going to get, and then it blanked out.
The ultimate tease.
That was a great tease.
I think with Mike Brown on the squad, I think they're going to continue to grow because of that, from that defensive philosophy and that culture, right? And when Mike Brown is on the floor, like he did with Keegan a couple games ago, like saying, hey, you got to stand right here at the elbow, stop the ball, and then work your way out to the perimeter, because you got to protect the home first. Once again, I told you guys this last week. I think they need another big. Not that Sabonis can't play the 5. With them not using Holmes and Alex at all, where does that big presence come in? Not that Sabonis can't continue to rebound and do what he does, but Sabonis is out on the perimeter a lot, and he's involved in a lot of the action, especially with handoffs and dribble handoffs, which I love. But they need somebody to come in that's going to be a shot blocker, I think, and that can rebound and run like a deer on both ends of the floor.
That's Kenny Thomas. Last thing for you, because I was, I always like to look for fun notes that maybe we don't know. I know you pretty well, but I went to your Wikipedia page. I see you have, I see you have notification silence because I'm about to text. Can we do something about that picture? Because that was taken in 2006, and you look about, I guarantee you, 20 pounds heavier than you were. You were actually in better shape in 06 than in this picture. And you're like looking down, and do you know the picture I'm talking about on your Wikipedia page?
Yeah, I do, man. See, you trying to get me back for my comment I said about you earlier, which is totally fine. You're my guy.
You're a much better looking man than this picture is saying. You're being done dirty, and I got your back, Kenny, even though you throttled me earlier.
So I'm going to send this to my social media guy, Brad, who does all of my posting. And he's updated my Wikipedia page not just recently.
Okay.
I would say within the last year, but I'll get that picture changed for you, bud.
No, I'm just saying it's for, I can send you a picture of you and me.
Yeah. Shocker. I'll take it. I'll take it.
That is the lovely and talented Kenny Thomas, phenomenal personality, phenomenal player, phenomenal analyst, NBC Sports California.
Thanks, bud.
Check him out of the games. Love you, buddy. Thank you for coming on each week, and we'll talk to you next week.
Man, I'm having fun. I appreciate you both. You guys have a good day. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, you too. That is
all right. Bye.
Bye. That's Kenny Thomas, and we will take. I honestly love talking to Kenny.
Yes, I do too.
I didn't really have high hopes at first, but after we're doing it now, love Kenny.
He's a lot of fun.
No. Yeah, I know. That's my point. See, Kenny's great, and honestly, what really is we go to break. What I really enjoy out of having conversations with Kenny. Obviously, it helps when when we all know each other, but Kenny's not afraid to. Kenny has no ego.
Mm-hmm.
And Kenny's not afraid to tell stories. He's not out to get anyone, but he really offers that color that you kind of have to be an ex-player to get a little bit. And I think I hope that, and judging by the text and everything you do, I hope you enjoy visiting with Kenny as much as we do, even if he does smash me for being fat. We'll take a break when we come back. All right. Deadline